So you've been fighting for this planet and for human rights since the 60s, and you're still
For
here.
my children, my grandchildren, and now my great-grandchildren.
Let me ask you this, has anything changed?
The outside world, outside of our territory, Indian territory, the issues are all basically the same. It's always about resources or land.
Tell me a little bit about the potential of the ripple effect of Standing Rock.
It was the first gathering of the great Sioux Nation since the Battle of Little Bighorn. And that's why it was so significant for this century. Seeing that every one of our people from across this nation came and showed up. Hundreds and hundreds of young people from across the country came.
What did that feel like to see that support?
I was just amazed. I was just amazed because I thought to myself, like, they're out there.
We turn now to an explosive new investigation by the
protesters at the Dakota Access Pipeline continue to be met with insane violence.
Dakota Access water protectors
Law enforcement in North Dakota moving in, beginning
measures.
to arrest the remaining protesters.
We basically have two things going on simultaneously. There were more than 800 cases, and because it's so many, they've basically brought in lawyers to try and get these cases dismissed as quickly as they can, so they move to the next case and just keep going. And they have successfully dismissed more than 400 cases. They've done an incredible job. We're looking at taking two cases, Chase Iron Eyes and Holyoke Lafferty, and going in depth.
The judge who's been assigned to come up out of retirement and handle Chase Iron Eyes criminal defense against the charge of inciting a riot and trespassing on land that's been tribal land for 500 years. That judge, he has said from the bench that he views this to be the premier case of all the water protectors cases. And so we have approached him and said that we want to present a countersuit against Tiger Swan and the energy transfer partner in the Dakota Access Pipeline. We're basically accusing them of criminal conduct.
And we're very optimistic that we are going to develop a lot of evidence that's going to show the deep conspiracies, basically, that were going on in this entire Standing Rock episode and get the truth out about what happened there.
The sheriff's department was there. There was very little confrontation happening until the Leighton Security Company brought these police dogs.
Are you telling the dogs to bite the protesters? The dog has blood in its nose and its mouth.
It was totally reminiscent of 1960s in Birmingham with the sheriffs and the police down there sicking police dogs on the black civil rights workers. This resonated all across the country, and what happened is Energy Transfer Partners, they militarized the entire operation. So in came the Tiger Swan people with full body armor, with M16 rifles, with stun grenades and tear gas, and mounted on these Bearcats.
We turn now to an explosive new investigation that reveals how international private security firm Tiger Swan targeted Dakota Access water protectors with military-style counterterrorism measures.
They have taken all of their experience in the Middle East, where they were trained to go in and seize pipelines and secure them against indigenous tribal people who are resisting the invasion and occupation of the Middle Eastern oil field by the United States. And they've now come back over to the United States with that entire mindset. And they're trying to show everybody else in the country that you can't resist the petroleum industry.
The people that are destroying the planet don't want to be opposed. Even if your opposition is done peacefully and prayerfully, they don't care. You're a terrorist in their eyes. So they're going to use all their military techniques and all their psychological warfare techniques, whatever they've got in their armory, to protect the people who are destroying the planet. That's the real message coming out of Standing Rock.
And what they do is they print up entire fake news releases and they send them to the television stations and to the radio stations. And then they pay people to go on the internet pretending they're independent people putting out this propaganda. And we want the people of North Dakota to see that not only they, but their police departments and sheriff's departments have been hoodwinked. And it's cost them tens of millions of dollars. That's why Chase Iron Eyes and Holyoke Lafferty's cases are so important.
And it's a testament to both of their courage, that they are willing to step forward and take on the entire system. Holyoke has a child and is willing to risk jail. And Chase is facing 5 years, but he's out there on the edge every day, ready to fight.
So not only is it not over, but the main event is coming up.
That's exactly right. This is the heavyweight championship.
That's right. And I know there's a lot of people in this country and beyond that want to see victory from this historical case. So I want to know, how do the people help?
In order to do this kind of work, one of the things we need to do is ask people to support this kind of work. And that means both their energy and their love, and also their funding.
I think it's very important for people to understand that the Lakota People's Law Project is working for free, essentially.
Right. The defendants don't have to pay for anything.
So how do we keep this going, you know? And I think that one of the major things is the social media, because that's the young people's world, you know? But do something with it. They can turn this country around, because when the young people are on the move, change happens.